Hello, you. Hello. Is this recording? Oh, it is. Okay. Hello, you. Boy, I almost failed at that. I try to make these brilliant and smooth and seamless right from the beginning. I failed. Oh, well. Hi there, you incredible, amazing, fantastic, delicious coach. Yes, I am Ben Dooley. I am your MCC coach that is here to help you grow. And I do the best I can. Sometimes I don't do it all brilliantly. Sometimes I have calls that are brilliant, sometimes I have calls that are duds. Sometimes I succeed in my coaching, sometimes I fail. And I'm here to talk about failing because I run into this. This is apparently one of the latest things that's in the development world, and I run into clients who do this all the time. And even in our coach training, coach, you may be doing your clients a disservice. And I want to help you get deeper and stronger and better and more powerful than what you do. Tell me, if you redesign and you have your clients say, no, it's not failure. It's a learning opportunity, or even just opportunity. I had somebody challenge me one time. I mentioned something about failing, and they said, no, we don't call it failing. We call them opportunities. I'm going to tell you, you're failing at working with failure. And when we translate these lines, and if I'm going to ruffle your feathers, that's fine. I apologize. I guess I failed in making you feel good, but I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to stretch you and grow you. And when we take away the word failure, then what happens is we're giving more power to the meaning that we give failure. I want to let that sink in. If a client has failed at something and we take away that word failure because it's a bad word, ooh, no, failure is a bad word. We can't talk about failure. We have to change it into something that sounds good and feels good and it's so wonderful, and failure is still bad. Now, the problem with this is you didn't change what happened. You didn't change the event, you just put a pretty bow on it, and then you called it something else. But the client still deep down knows what it really is. They know that it's failure, and you can call it whatever you want. They know the truth. And the more that we avoid failure and the more that we pretend that it's a different word, the more we keep enforcing failure is bad. That's why we're changing it. We don't want to use this bad word. We want to use the good words. And that just keeps giving power to failure. And here's why we do this. It's because there's an association that happens when we bring up and experience failure. And this is the problem. It's not the word. It's and it's not even the meaning of the word. It's the meaning that we attach onto the word. I'll give you clarity. All right. I failed at this thing. And therefore, that means I am a failure. Simple example. I went for my certification. My first certification, I failed. And I can call it whatever you want. The bottom line is, I failed. When I went for my MCC, I failed. Once, twice, 3 times. But not once did I allow that to declare, well, wait, if I failed, that must mean I'm a failure. And likewise, the other way is when I succeed, that means I'm a success. See, that's actually weak and victim and powerless either way. If I do something and I fail, that means I'm a failure. It's a very weak position and I'm a victim to whatever happens. And if I succeed at something, I got lucky and I'm a success for the next 5 minutes until the next failure comes along. So here's that clear distinction. I invite you to actually be okay with the word failure. but to help your clients get the distinction between doing something that failed and who is doing the thing. And the biggest tragedy, if you've ever been in any of my classes, if you've ever worked with me, you'll hear me say again and again and again and again and again, and hopefully I've not failed to get this message across. The biggest tragedy in our life is that we have allowed ourselves to be defined by the outside world, our circumstances, other people, what happened. You're a failure. Gee, you're right. I guess I am. Here's all the proof that says I'm a failure because I failed at this and I failed at that. And yet, innumerable, countless times have we failed in our lives. Has everybody failed and has been a success? Not at the end. You get to be the success. You are a powerful leader. You are an amazing coach. You are a success who just happened to fail at that time. Maybe a few times, maybe many times. But it's that mindset and that owning who you are, that's what makes all the difference. Because if I'm just really sit with this. If I'm a failure who fails, I'm going to handle that failure as a failure, which is, oh, it's horrible and it's bad and I always do this and there's nothing I can do to change because I'm a failure and that's what failures do. If I'm a success that failed, I handle that failure as a success person would. Oh, well, I'm successful, I'm powerful, I'm a leader, I'm this, I'm a winner. How do I handle this losing thing as a success? Which is very different. And that is how you get the learning from it. Failures don't learn from their failings because they're failures. What's the point of learning? There's nothing to learn from. Successes, powerful leaders learn from their mistakes, their errors, their falling downs. They don't run away and hide from it. They don't paint it up a lovely picture. They don't cover it up and give it a lovely little bow and wrapping and call it something else. They own it and they move on powerfully. So I challenge you, coach, to bring in and allow that word to be there. Because otherwise, there's some failing that's going on in your coaching. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean you're a failure in your coaching. It just means you're falling down. Because I believe you are an amazing, powerful, brilliant, successful, incredible coach. You are a successful coach. We all are. I am, you are. We sometimes have mistakes. We sometimes fail. We sometimes do things that don't work out the way we wanted. And if we approach it as the powerful, successful, incredible coaches that we are, then that makes all the difference. And here's the other little twist I'm going to tell you, because you can let your client know when failure is not an option and failure doesn't happen and I don't fail. I can promise you, you give me 5 minutes with that client, I will show them hundreds of failures that they weren't even paying attention to. They actually failed at spotting how many times they failed. That's another failure. Failure is everywhere. And it's not bad. It's just the meaning that we make about it. Okay? Good. I hope I succeeded in getting this message across. If I failed at getting this message across, that's okay. It's not a reflection on me or on you. It's just how this conversation or this conveyance went and how it landed. And call me, contact me, email me, check out more stuff. I'm happy to help. I promise you, I will approach and work with you, the successful, powerful, amazing, masterful coach that you already are. Because it takes one to know one. All right. Until next time, I'll see you then. Happy coaching.